Hey guys, it's Fused Biscuits here. Now apparently we have another ban list yet again, and we just got one, so I'm kind of confused as to why we're getting one now, but let's see what happens. I'm not really expecting anything to get banned because Tempai just came out and it's the best deck and nothing can really compete with that. Also, Snake Eyes and Yubel already got banned, so I have no idea what they're going to hit. But anyway, let's go. So on hits first, Sprite Starter is coming back to 3. Thank you. I love this, man. I mean, Sprite is kind of in an awkward position because it wasn't too toxic when this got banned, but it being at the top spot, being able to negate a spell and a trap, basically being able to stop things across the board kind of as an all-rounder deck was not good for the game, right? You never want an all-rounder deck at the top because it just promotes like obnoxious combos, really stally decks, you know, really one-sided decks that can just power through it. That's really the only way to beat it, so I can appreciate that this has actually gone back to 3 now, right? I don't think it's going to be the top deck anymore, so there's no problem with having it at full power, really. Also, the Ibly Lock is banned, so that's another reason to have this at full power as well. Let's see what we've got next. MX Saber Invoker are coming back to 3. Now, back in the day, MX Saber Invoker was insane, right? Now, I wasn't here for that, right? I didn't actually play that format, but this thing can summon a Zodiac from the deck, which was completely crazy, well, back at the time, seeing as Zodiac was actually like a T0 deck at the time, so I could definitely understand why they hit this, why they banned it. But it's been at 1 for a while now, and there really is no difference between having this thing at 1 and at 3. It doesn't really matter, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure back in the day, Zodiacs were only playing 1 anyway, that they would probably get using the Speedway Terratop engine. So yeah, 1, 3 really isn't any difference between them. Okay, what else got? Malicious is coming back to 3. Now, this semi-limited part of the game is a bit of a controversial one, right? Because a lot of the time, being semi-limited, like, it doesn't really do enough. It doesn't really do anything, honestly. I mean, it hits consistency, but most of the time, it's just like a little tap on the wrist just to show Konami is actually looking at the stuff. But with Malicious, being at 2 is actually a good hit, right? Because Malicious banishes itself from the graveyard, summon another copy from the deck. So at 3, this is just a free +2. Whereas at 2, it's +1 minimum, and if you have both, then you can't really use it. It's a bit awkward, but you know, yeah, at 3, it's kind of insane, bro. I don't really trust this one, if I'm being honest. Heroes already had a way to recycle it, so they basically had it at 3 already, which now they're getting it to 4, which is kind of weird. It was at 3 for all of those like mill strategies, right? Like tier elements, for example. If you mill this, you just get a free +2, like straight up. So yeah, it's a bit of a risky one, especially since Lightsworn is also out as well, right? And this is kind of notorious in those chaos decks. So I think it does this little dance where it goes to 3, then back down to 2, then to 3, then back down to 2. And apparently it's at 3 now. I'm fully expecting this to go to 2 in the future again. Like, it's a very busted card, and I don't really know why they keep bringing it back to 3, but oh well, man, I guess they keep trying to resell it. That must be it, right? Konami is just, they keep trying to resell this card to us, and we keep buying it and selling it. But you know, stuff like this helps keep the game alive, so you know, it is what it is. What else? Mass Change 2 to 3. Now, I kind of respected them for having Mass Change 2 at 2, if I'm being honest. I think that if I have to guess, it's because Dark Law is kind of insane, right? It's a one-sided macrocosmos, and Mass Change 2 allows you to use any dark threat. So you can put Dark Law in any dark deck. At 2, it's not really worth taking up an extra deck slot, if I'm being honest, and it is kind of bricky because you need to discard a card, and then you kind of need to have a card on the field already. But at 3, it might actually be worth to just play like 3 of this and 1 Dark Law, right? Who knows, man? I mean, Dark Law is pretty insane, so you know what? Let's give it a chance. It is a one-sided macrocosmos, which, you know, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Fusion Destiny is coming back to 3. There isn't really much to this one, if I'm being honest. I don't think it deserved to go to 2 in the first place, because the real issue is Verting, which is still in the game for some reason. Just please ban this card. I don't know why they want to keep it here like this, because when you think about it, the way Konami has balanced the fusion mechanic is usually just to like take the monster minuses out of the equation, right? Like this Shadows, for example, every single one of them has a graveyard effect, right? So all of them are kind of pluses when you use them for the fusion material. So it negates the minuses of the fusion summon itself. That's just how they balanced Shadows back in the day, and it really continues with that line of thinking. For example, branded fusion, instead of getting stuff from your hand and field, you usually just get stuff from the deck. So that way the monsters don't end up being minuses for you when you fusion summon. So having a card that takes the spell out of the equation basically makes it free. I know it's not exactly like that, right? It's not, oh, the monsters don't matter, but that is kind of the pattern, right? That's the way Konami was going. So having a card that takes the spell out of the equation, this goes completely counter to what Konami was doing, right? It basically takes the whole thing, the whole fusion summon mechanic, and makes it free, right? This is why it broke Red Eyes Fusion. As soon as Red Eyes Fusion had a good target, this card immediately broke it. And that's how it broke Fusion Destiny as well, which is why I guess they put it to 2, but putting it to 2 did nothing, not really. They really should just ban Verte, and I guess they're seeing that and they're bringing it back to 3 now. And I'm really liking where this is going, because this is kind of telling me that they might actually ban Verte in this ban list, right? That's what I'm seeing. Fusion Destiny is coming back, Malicious is also coming back, which in everything that uses Verte and Fusion Destiny still, Malicious is the send target because it's a +2 on the next turn, right? So hopefully Verte actually does get banned, but you know, let's see what we have next. Possibly semi-limited branded opening. So branded is not the powerhouse it was, right? Before, branded opening definitely deserved to go to 1. The big issue was branded fusion, and that's still the power card of the deck, right? But branded opening just gives you so much consistency, especially now with that new spellcaster card that also counts as a Despia. Like you can just summon that and send something. There are so many lines now. However, that's exactly why I think branded should be coming back, right? Like Konami has already banned most of those Gimmick Puppet type targets, right? They banned Gimmick Puppet, they banned Ido or something like that. Yeah, I think it was Ido. They banned that, and there aren't that many good ones anymore. There are still some ones, right? Like there's that Archfiend card. Oh, I was gonna say there's Jargon. They actually banned Jargon as well. The main 2, Ido and Puppet, which are like the hardest ones to get rid of, those are both gone. And with the Sanctifier Lux kind of out of it, I guess they feel like branded opening can come back, because branded outside of the locks is a very based deck. I can never get my head around it. I don't know, me and the deck just don't click, but I can still appreciate that this is a very fun deck to play, right? It's a very based deck. So glad to see that this is actually coming back a little bit. What do we have next? Oh, that's it? Oh, okay. I mean, that's kind of disappointing, if I'm being honest. So I guess here's the summary. Okay, we've got the Fusion Destiny stuff, like some hero stuff is coming back to the game. Like we've got Malicious to 3. I won't lie, that's a bit dangerous, but you know, that's the song and dance that we play with Konami. We've got Fusion Destiny coming back to 3. I really hope this meant Verte was getting banned. Unfortunately, we still have it, and we have Mask Change coming back to 3. So you know, maybe some dark decks will actually start splashing in the Dark Lords, you know, because Dark Lord is a very good card. It's also a very toxic card. But yeah, it's a very good card. You have MX Saber Invoker, 3/1. Doesn't really make a difference on that card. So yeah, we've got Sprite Starter coming back to 3. Definitely well deserved at this point, right? We've got Tenpai. You had Snake Eyes, which is just way worse. Yeah, you know, this is welcome to come back. It's just a good extender. If your normal summon gets stopped or like negated and removed or whatever, you don't immediately get screwed, which is pretty good. And we have branded opening, giving branded a bit more consistency, which is always nice to see. But was there anything I missed? You know, I wasn't really around for that Mask Change 2 stuff. I just assumed that people were playing Dark Claw because Dark Claw was insane. And I wasn't really around for the Zodiac stuff either. So was there anything else that used MX Saber Invoker? I'm pretty sure Dolce used it. Maybe Dolce's busted now, who knows. Anyway, why don't you tell me in the comments? I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.